Multiple car accidents causing tragedy and bringing a community together. Hello everyone and welcome to Shelby This Week. Our top news story is like none other. Tragedy has struck our community recently after a slew of car crashes took the lives of young adults, injuring others and leaving a community to piece together the details. Charlie Cadotto walks us through what happened.
Tragedy hit Shelby Township hard as 3 teens are killed and 2 tragically injured at Stony Creek Metro Park. Police say 5 teens were driving at a high rate of speed on May 8th when their vehicle collided with a guardrail, overturned onto a nearby embankment, and fell into the Stony Creek River. Utica schools have been coping with the horrific accident all week, calling on grief counselors to help students get through the difficult time. But a touching scene unfolded just hours after the accident. Friends of the 5 victims host their own prayer vigil at Macomb Community College to honor the friends they lost and send a strong message to affected families.
I just want to say I'm sorry for your loss, and just keep praying and just keep praying.
The crash claimed the life of Jonathan Manolios, Emmanuel Milage, and Michael Wells. 2 other teens were hospitalized in critical condition following the accident. All 5 of them were 17 years old. Police are saying only 1 teen was wearing a seatbelt. Investigators continue to piece together evidence on what may have led up to the crash.
We took our dive team and our Marine Division to get into the creek a little bit and walk it because there was other evidence that we found, backpacks and things of that nature.
The sheriff's office adds that alcohol was found in the vehicle.
When we searched the vehicle, we did find some empty bottles and an open container of alcohol inside the car. So when I say that alcohol may be a possibility, that's because we did find alcohol in the car, and again, everybody in the car was under 21 years of age. So we have to determine what the blood alcohol content was of the occupants.
But in the meantime, police have been communicating with witnesses who may have additional information. Shelby Fire Chief Jim Swinkowski says one of their off-duty firefighters was nearby when the accident happened, and he joined the rescue efforts.
One of our off-duty firefighters happened to have been kayaking right there when the accident occurred and witnessed it. So him and his friends were able to get the one person out of the water that was in the creek.
But the tragic weekend didn't end at Stony Creek. Shortly after rescue teams arrived at the park, another accident happened northbound on M53 in Sterling Heights. 18-year-old Stevenson High School student Jack Perry died 2 days later. Police say Perry's father was driving a pickup truck when they struck a concrete bridge just after 7:45 p.m. And just 2 days later, a third accident adds sadness to the Shelby community, as 2 teens are injured following a head-on collision on 26 Mile Road just west of Hayes. The fire department used jaws of life to remove the 18-year-old driver and his 19-year-old girlfriend. The initial investigation shows that distracted driving caused that accident.
It was a head-on impact. All 3 were trapped in the vehicle. It took a long time to extricate them. 2 people were transported by ambulances. We transported the first patient. Washington Township was assisting us.
The 3 tragedies uniting the community to help all affected families cope. Fundraising pages to help victims have raised thousands of dollars for funeral and hospital costs.
The community is awesome here. All of our friends, we grew up with friends, family, friends. It's awesome.
You know, anytime one death is a tragedy, but in this situation, this is multiple deaths, and I think it's maybe happened 1 or 2 times before in my career.
Police and fire officials are reminding parents to explain the dangers of driving to their kids to prevent future accidents from claiming young lives.
With the weekend, it's just a lot of unfortunate situations that came together to cause a really bad situation both Friday and Sunday. And all we can say is, parents, friends, talk to your friends, parents, talk to your kids, keep reinforcing, because one bad mistake can change the rest of your life.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Charlie Cadotto.
And we'd like to read a statement from UCS Superintendent Dr. Christine Johns regarding these accidents. It's been a difficult week, but we are a strong community. Our kids have felt an outpour of support from everyone, from teachers and parents. Please keep these families in your prayers. It was an alarming scene at Beck Elementary School recently when a machine went haywire. Nick Buckler walks us through what exactly happened and how the young students ended up at a high school.
Chaos surrounded Beck Elementary School Wednesday as the school was evacuated due to carbon monoxide from a faulty fog machine.
At about 10:02 a.m. this morning that there was a call of some students that had passed out, originally 5 students, and we responded. And again, the school was evacuated and numerous students were transported to area hospitals for checkout.
37 students total were transported to area hospitals. 16 of those students were unconscious at the time of transport. Ambulances from Shelby Township, Lenox, Armada, and MedStar all responded to this outbreak. Students were taken to Eisenhower High School where they could be picked up by their parents. For Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
Lots of activity there. An update on the former Visteon site. The new owner, Ken Zapinski, along with Urban Land Consultants, met with Shelby recently, talking about long and short-term plans for the site on 23 and Mound. Urban Land will prepare a plan for a 40,000 square foot building, which will go on the 23-mile road frontage near the east side. Proposed user is a Volvo construction equipment dealership. We'll keep you posted on this land use. An oily subject that affects quality of life, making residents stand up and fight.
People live here, they play here, they work here. We fully believe the MDEQ made a serious mistake.
Citizens are showing their opposition against residential oil drilling.
No residential drilling! No residential drilling!
Shelby residents have been out every night this past week near DeQuinder and Nickleby Road. This stems from the underground oil and exploratory drilling that happened last July right here, about 500 feet from subdivisions. Protesters are speaking out with signs and chants. They say the Michigan Department of Equality shouldn't have allowed the permit, giving West Bay Exploration the go to drill here.
Residents should be in balance with industry. Industry shouldn't dominate residential. I didn't move here, I didn't stay here because I love industry, or large industry. I didn't move to where I knew there was going to be a plant behind my house. It wasn't expected. You buy your home based on the location, based on what you want. The property in question isn't even, the property owner doesn't even live on the property, so it's not like he's a farmer that had 40 acres and sold his mineral rights. It's a developer who is developing a subdivision, the same developer that developed all of these homes around here.
Property values are a concern, and there's other issues.
Well, I'm concerned more of what it might do in the future. I'm very concerned that this is very close to a beautiful metro park. I'm concerned that it's very close to residences, and I know for a fact that any number of these oil pipelines and oil kinds of drillings can lead to lots of environmental problems.
Residents aren't against oil drilling. They just believe their backyard is not the right place to do it. Shelby residents say they're sending a message to West Bay Exploration, a message to the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality. Drilling in their backyards is not the answer. Coming up, special heroes in our community, schools tackle bullying, and the Shelby Township Farmers Market is open. We'll tell you more after the break.
If you store your guns properly,
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
please.
Do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
the Shelby Police Department recently gave out civilian awards, honoring and recognizing heroes right here in our township. These awards only are given to people who have done a heroic act, helping other people in our community in a time of need. As Chief Robert Shalide spoke at this event, he expressed the gratitude to our police department.
Here in Shelby Township, we can't control any of this nonsense. What we can control is the way we serve our community. Our officers are real-life heroes. This is why we're here tonight, to acknowledge, recognize, and reward them for their tremendous service and commitment to our community. Every single part, every member of the Shelby Township Police Department is just as important as any other member. Any dispatcher we have, any person who works on our cars, any of our secretaries, any of our records clerks, any of our dispatchers, they're all as important. We're a machine, and every part of that machine is critical.
A civilian award was given to Jason Lockamy. Civilian Hero Awards were given to Chad O'Brien, James White, Jeremy Kneebone, and Jeremy Sitto for their heroic acts. Officers were presented with accolades as well. To name a few from Shelby Police, Lieutenant Jeff Daniel, Officer Paul Sorbo, Sergeant Greg Newbacher, Officer Chris Killop, Officer Andrew Gamichia, Sergeant Matthew Stakowitz, Sergeant Lawrence Rice, Officer Robert Vesprasis, Officer James Osterland, and Terry Hogan, Detective Lieutenant Jason Schmittler, Sergeant Jeffrey Belamo, Jason Armstrong, Phil Young, Communications Technicians Janice Hobbs and Carol Smith, and Dispatchers Anne-Marie Armstrong, Michael Duvall, David Marshall, Police Officers Joe Wojcik, Derek Stansberry, Kevin Triorgi, and Lieutenant Scott Trumbo. Congrats to all those. Bullying is a serious subject, and local schools are bringing in the real deal to help out with this important topic. Stacy Sansatera reports.
Shelby Township Police spent an afternoon at Beacon Tree Elementary recently to teach valuable lessons on bullying.
What do you think bullying is?
Bullying. Say the word to 10 different people and you just might get 10 different definitions. The police were on hand to give students the tools to stop bullying through the blending of school-wide positive behavior and community support.
We talked about from classmates being on the playground to classroom environments to also being on the internet and talking through the internet along with their cell phones.
According to the National Center Against Bullying, 1 in 3 students will be bullied in school. It's a tough age to teach this very complex issue, yet a critical time in these students' lives.
I look at it as a father. I do this job, this pays for bills, but I know that I have children and I love them very much, as with all the other children in the Shelby Township area. And I talk with parents regularly about this, how important it is for them to be aware of their surroundings, pay attention to who they're talking to, and make sure that before they send anything off, that they know what they're sending in terms of their computer along with their cell phones.
And the message was heard loud and clear.
You have to stand tall and you have to stand up for other people.
I learned that when a bully bullies you, you have to stand up tall with your shoulders back and tell them that you don't like that.
And that bullies aren't good people, and if you are ever getting bullied, then go and tell your parents.
If you are getting cyberbullied, that you should tell an adult and that you should screenshot it. That way you can show the adult and you can have proof.
I learned that cyberbullying and regular bullying is something that you shouldn't do.
And don't let them do that. Be tall and don't let them bully you, and stand up for yourself.
I learned that most cyberbullies have something going on at either home or school or in their neighborhood. Maybe there's something wrong with their family.
And they feel like they feel different from other people, so they find that making other people feel bad is a way of making themselves feel better.
Cyberbullying could be at any time as an adult, a child, a teen, and that there could be different kinds.
Good information by the Shelby Township Police Department, combined with developing positive relations, provided to the 5th grade students at Beacon Tree Elementary. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
Hi, Mom.
Shelby Township Police actively pursue all bullying issues reported by the schools. It's been a year since 14-year-old April Millsap's body was found on the Macomb Orchard Trail in Armada. A man is charged with her death and is behind bars. The people in this tight-knit community have come together and are at the beginning stages of a garden to honor April, located at the intersection of Fulton and Depot Streets. April's mother, Jennifer Millsap, is thankful for the garden and says it's the best way to remember April.
April liked nature. She enjoyed her walk on the trail, and I think she really enjoyed this.
So it's a beautiful trail with a beautiful opportunity to do just that, pay tribute to a young lady and really bring life, if you will, to a part of this trail that is otherwise somewhat unassuming. And so when we looked at some of the renderings and we realized, how beautiful this could be in remembrance of a beautiful young lady that lived in this community, we thought, this is a great opportunity to really help out and see what we can do to make that a reality.
A variety of plants have already been donated, and Romeo Antiques donated a bell. You can ring it in memory of April.
On a good day when the wind carries in the right direction, it's something that Jennifer has the potential to hear from her home
all the time. Yeah.
So it'll be nice to hear that bell clanging away.
If you'd like to give to this memorial, mulch or plants need to be replaced. There's a fund source to take care of that. Go to gofundme.com/April Millsap Garden. Shelby residents, if you're looking for fresh fruits and veggies and even breads and milk, look no further. The Shelby Farmers Market is here, located at the Packard Proving Grounds on 23 in Van Dyke. As Market Coordinator Mary Ann Demo explains, the market going on from the months of May through October, every Saturday from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m.
We got to do our thing to support Michigan produce. All of this money stays in our own local economy, and that's going to really benefit us. And as people in Michigan, that's important. We're so excited about this season because we have this new group of Amish farmers that's going to be joining us. And so far, we've not had any meats at the market. And a lot of people, now that they're starting to eat healthier, they're wanting to eat grass-fed meats. And so we're going to have their grass-fed meats plus their goat cheese, eggs, the certified organic produce, which is something that people are looking for quite a bit, and also the regular things like the honey, maple syrup, jams, jellies. It's kind of nice to talk with the people that are producing your food, and we also have some local craftspeople and local business people, so there's always somebody new and different and interesting to talk with, And this year we're also accepting EBT SNAP benefits, and we're part of the Double Up Food Bucks. So for those that are in need, they can really stretch their budget a lot more, and it's really nice because they're still impacting the local market.
All right, great information for fresh, local, healthy food. So come out, rain or shine, to the Packard Proving Grounds every Saturday from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m., rain or shine. We're surrounded by it. We need it to survive, and we love hearing all about it. Arthur Schink reports on our lakes.
It looks like smooth sailing for those expecting to enjoy Michigan's upcoming boating season. Good news from the Army Corps of Engineers as water levels of Lake Superior, Michigan, Huron, and St. Clair are currently higher than average levels this same time last year. This means boaters should enjoy more access to areas across the water and hopefully less prop damage. Add a slight economic upswing that could put some extra coin in people's pockets, and many are expecting an active boating season out on Lake St. Clair. With marinas and repair shops across the area busy with the rush to get boats in the water for the upcoming season, many local businesses related to the water believe things are looking up.
Business has been good. Occupancy at the wells is up. People are optimistic about, the water being up. The swimming's good out here in Anchor Bay. There's a lot of restaurants you can visit. Everybody's optimistic. They're all anxious to get their boats in and take their friends and family out for a ride. People love it. People have been doing it for generations. The old wood boat started it, and people just continue. The fiberglass is a low-maintenance product, and it's an easy sport to enjoy with your family and friends. We're a full-service marina with service, sales, showers, bathrooms, picnic areas, dog runs. The bike path goes right by here. It's a real enjoyable place to spend the summer.
So in other words, you don't even have to go out on the water to have a good time.
No, some people just hang out and socialize with their neighbors. We got some barbecue grills, some picnic tables, and you can watch the boats go by on the river here. It's a beautiful nautical environment.
With no official kickoff date to the boating season, and many boaters already keeping boat ramps busy, getting a slip for your boat might start to get challenging if you wait too long.
Yeah, I've got a few wells left. I've got some that are, the smaller boats over here. I've got a couple covered wells for the roof over the top, and then I've got some open wells. So I'm about 90% full, but I've got some availabilities, and there's some options here for sure. Everybody's different, but I'd say Memorial Day weekend is the impetus of the start. We plan to have the parking lot clear of boats, and everybody in the water that wants to be in the water, and the kickoff, I'd say, is Memorial Day. People look forward to it, and it's a fun time.
So expect plenty of fun and traffic out on the waters this season, whether boating out at Stony Creek or on Lake St. Clair, or even kayaking in the Clinton River. Remember to practice water safety, which is a whole other story itself. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Arthur Schenk.
Great information on those lake levels. It's that time of year again. Nominations for the annual Shelby Township Beautification Awards are now being accepted. Let your neighbor know how much you appreciate their extra effort in their nice garden by nominating their home or business for a beautification award. If you'd like to nominate a home, contact the clerk's office at 586-731-5102 or email lwhite@shelbytwp.org by June 25th to place your beautification nomination. A local corporation that represents the top of the class quality control and welding systems has staked their ground in Shelby. This new facility will bring jobs to Shelby Township. County Executive Mark Hackle tells us more about the Paslin Company.
Manufacturing facilities like this, Paslin, who have been part of Macomb County for almost 80 years now, growing to a capacity of a facility like this, but again, adding another 200 jobs is a statement that just that. In fact, manufacturing is alive and well. I think the bigger concern is making sure that kids nowadays have an understanding there's such potential for opportunities in manufacturing facilities. Out of high school, they're offering apprentice opportunities for them to make money while they're going through an apprentice program, getting an associate degree, and then if obviously they're doing well, they'll even help them pay for college while they're still working here.
We'll have a more in-depth look inside that new facility next week. Stay tuned for that. Up next, special anniversaries. We'll tell you more after the break.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning. 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash? 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
The month of May's got some historical days. Victoria Day in Canada, which is May 18th. Victoria Day is a federal Canadian public holiday, always celebrated the last Monday before May 25th in honor of Queen Victoria's birthday. The day is also the official birthday of Canada. Another date in May to remember, Memorial Day. It's a federal holiday in the United States for remembering the people who died while serving in the armed forces. Memorial Day is always the last Monday of May. And also, Memorial Day marks the start of the summer vacation season. So keep that in mind. Summer is almost here. And that's Shelby This Week. You can watch us online all the time at shelbytv.org. And remember to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/ShelbyTWPTV. Thanks for watching.
Goes on, it goes on. Drums keep There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.